It's Madden NFL 24, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers on Monday night.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now, he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second down, Love. Got his man, that's Luke Musgrave. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
2nd and 10. Throwing, Love. Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. Love looking to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
second drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Well, that's the second time in this opening drive alone that he's dropped a pass. We know that that can't continue, but they got to determine what it's about. Is he just super amped for the game and maybe he'll settle in, or is his focus just not there?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Shelling through the defense. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Love now on 2nd down. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there is they were able to connect. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now, the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. To throw now. Here's Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Jacobs. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. They tried to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal. Having trouble here from the 1. Couldn't pass it in, couldn't run it in. Now what?
I'm going to channel old school coaches right now. We're just rolling up our sleeves. I'm yelling at my guys, go get it. You're at the 1-yard line.
Touchdown! Tucker Kraft from a yard out. And the Packers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, they had the feeling they would come back and try it on 4th down.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
He's going to keep this again. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Oh, heck of a move. Man. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Oh, he shifts past him. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And to the right side here, it's Allen. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throw.
That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, He doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A 10-play drive that time.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Here's Nixon. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Love now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Williams throw here into the hands of Moore.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Packers' 14-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Williams. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal.
From the left hash, this from 46.
Santos' kick is up and through.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
This is your game, baby. We gotta be big time now. Rock and roll, baby. They can't stop. Let's go, man. It's a big one now. It's a big one. Hey, let's go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Williams now throwing to start the drive.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Williams. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to his left. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down before football. He's going to be a Santos for the Bears field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Keyshawn Nixon now going to bring it out of his end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
First down now, but that clock rolling. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now. Jaden Reed is deep for Green Bay. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Off the play fake, Love. He'll buy some time right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
On third down, Love. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. And the Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. But Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Or they run the option on second down. A little juke. There he goes left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And he'll decide to keep this once more.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10
at their 36-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Ready. 2nd down and a yard.
Smith, red.
Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. On play action. Love to throw.
Completed out left to Dobbs.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A very solid gain of 27.
These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
A 4-receiver set here, 3rd and 5.
3-3. Long red. Set, hunt.
Love, they go play action now. And this is going to be incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
A 35-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And able to get this out to the 25.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check that.
And he's going to use his legs here.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on a quarterback.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
Here comes Reed.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
But these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10.
97. Set.
Play action this time with Love. Short throw, that's caught by Davis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check pick. Set.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, 38 yards. And the Packers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Now Carlson for the extra point.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get going again. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Williams. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Back to throw. Williams.
That's complete right side to Komet. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
DeAndre Swift
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Nixon now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Play fake. Here's Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And he's going to have the Packers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll run again. And a good run here as he'll run all the way down to the 40-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Here's Love. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. So now the Bears down by 5. 1:38 to go. They've got to take this pigskin a full 96 yards, and a field goal won't help.
Not a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Back to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Well, obviously, that is declined, and the result is a safety.
And what a momentum play that is, right? You never want to see a safety wiped out. You get the points, and you're going to get the ball back.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. This is fielded at the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Packers offense set to go. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Black swap. Set.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
This is 1st and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle.